Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 13. This is, again, the newer style video where I'm going to watch Fear the Walking Dead for the first time. I'm going to react to it and then also give you guys an inside look into my head. What pops out on first viewing? What pulls you into the story? What pushes you out of the story? And everything else. So let's get right into this. If you want to see a deeper explanation or more of a rant, I believe I did an introduction, a long introduction the first time. The second one I enjoyed, and then, or the first one I enjoyed, I think. And then the second one was a big rant because I hated what they did with Madison's character in that episode, the previous episode. So this time, going into it, I'm looking forward to it because I'm curious to see what happens to Travis and Chris. I think they did an excellent job the last time they showcased that particular part of the group. Let's jump right into this, though. Now, I like that. I like that she and Travis see each other, and there's this whole crowd of people. See, I like that shit. Probably one of the most exciting moments in Fear the Walking Dead, in my opinion. I mean, I can't believe Madison made such a stupid friggin' mistake, but I said before, if you would have changed some of the dialogue, made it more powerful, instead of just farting out the first draft, you would have had us thinking, okay, you know what? It was a stupid mistake, but I feel her. You know, I feel where she's coming from, yada, yada, yada. Instead, it was just like, you're a dumb bitch. But the intro to this is one of the best off the top of my head because the emotions being drawn out of me. I love the way they did it where they took out the sound. It sounded like there was like a subtle clinging of the crowd and whatever as it was fading out, and then you just got the music. You heard Madison say Travis, but that all faded out as far as the vocals and everything. You brought up the music, and then you have this impossible situation. What does she do? They just got done saying they're gonna not let anyone in. You have this mob of people, but then she sees Travis. This was a powerful scene. I loved it. As of right now, this stands as one of the single best scenes they have done in Fear the Walking Dead. I loved it. I love it. And I love how they choose when to keep the theme in there, for Fear the Walking Dead. And I love that theme. It's quick, it's right to the point, no bullshit. In the same strength, not every theme works because I'm still in love with the original's theme, and I'm still in love with other shows that have different themes, either long or short. For Fear the Walking Dead, I love this. Get right into it. But here they keep the music. They trap you into the emotions that you're feeling instead of the you know what I mean? I love it. And now we're flashing back to when Chris shot the guy. I like that. Yeah, I like that too. They got Travis taking control of the situation. Snappy dialogue, on point. Love it. Believable too. I bought it. I don't know if that's what they do in real life, as far as giving teachers that kind of... but it makes sense. I mean, shit. If it's not true, it's believable, so I like it. Ouch. Feels like Travis knows something bad, like it shattered the bone or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Something bad going on. Or at least bad vibes. He's worried. I like it. They didn't spoon feed us anything there, but they left the possibility open for no problems or a lot of problems. Travis being the good man, burying the father that his son killed in the same grave with his family. I like it. Anything but a thigh. I like that. Yeah. We should be eating the eggs. Smart son of a bitch, man. He's like, aren't you going to have any chicken? No, we should be eating the eggs. This is a man who's thinking ahead. You know what I mean? You got the easy, the more enjoyable, flavorful food. I don't know, the more meat that's there. You got the chicken. It's easy. You cook it up, boom, done. But what are you going to do for tomorrow? Then you have the two aspects of these kids who are thinking reckless and in the now. Like, we're going to eat right now. And then you have Travis thinking, what are we going to do tomorrow? The day after that. I love that. They said a lot with saying just a very little. That is one thing I never understood. I want to point this out for all of Hollywood, not just Fear the Walking Dead creators. Why the fuck do you always put the sound of an empty can hitting the ground when it's clearly like half full? There's a huge difference. We've all dropped a beer before, you know what I mean? It sounds very different from an empty can. I just don't get why the sound guys do that. With the way Chris was sipping, though, to highlight my point, he's sipping from the top, meaning that can's almost full. And it's a little thing, I know, whatever. Here's where reality's starting to set in for me. taking me out of the scene. We get Travis now through the group, which kind of now takes away the effect, or the emotional effect the scene had prior, because before it seemed like, oh my god, they're so close yet so far away, they can't open the gates, they'll be overrun. But they simply just open the fucking gates! You know what I'm saying? This is the shit that Fear the Walking Dead does, that I'm just like, you fucked your own scene. You had a remarkable scene and you bent it over and you made it your bitch. Another thing too, you got this whole hotel. What hotel have you guys ever been at where there was like one entrance and you can't simply go around the back? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. The illusion is starting to fade now, because I'm thinking, all these people standing here at the gates, why don't they just fucking go around somewhere, anywhere? There's definitely ways to sneak in, hence the Travis thing. He could have got close and she could have whispered to him, go to the south side wall, there's an area to sneak in. And then it would have kept the impact of the beginning where they were together yet so far away, and still had them have a reunion, but also opened up the possibility that, shit, some of these people might get smart later on, and that would give us tension now. We'd get worried, and then it would also combat, the unrealistic, oh, there's only one way into this hotel. That is silly and asinine. I'm going to look up this hotel. It's a real hotel. I'm going to look it up because there's just no way in hell. I'm looking at the background, and it looks like you can go in there. Look, there's a fucking open road right when they show it. You could get into the hotel right there. It looks like there's a little wall, to be honest. But scale it. But think about that, though. Before you curse me out for being nitpicky, think about that logically. You have a building, any building pretty much, except for a prison, right? Isn't there different ways to get into that building from going all the way around? Doors or windows or somewhere, even if you got to break, smash, push, crawl, climb, there's different ways to get in. It's just not that simple to lock one gate. That's all I'm saying. Now, right now, I'll let you know, in my mind, what I'm thinking is, almost every single fan of Fear the Walking Dead pretty much is predicting that Travis is forced to kill Chris. I mean, it's almost like they are rubbing it in our faces, so I'm hoping that's the misdirect, which is a common trick. You always set it up to be the most predictable thing, which is Travis kill Chris. That's what everyone's predicting, pretty much. That's all I hear in the comments. It's setting up for that. And I agree, that's what it looks like. But hopefully the mislead is something different. However, what I'm thinking about, in the trailer they show Chris in the truck driving away from Travis. Now we also saw the scene of Travis running, which conflicts with that other scene because Travis was standing still watching him leave. So it seemed like it was a mutual departure. Now in the show already we saw Travis. He was running to get the needle to sew the guy up. That was that scene. So when Chris and Travis depart, it looks like it's a mutual, okay, you know what, you go with them. If that's literally the conclusion to the Travis and Chris story, then holy fuck, why was it in the trailer? I'm just putting it out there. I don't think it is, because that is dumb. But let's see it play out. It's got to be something different. But that's just what I'm thinking. It has to be different than the trailer or him killing him. It has to be something different, because anything, if it's one of those two, that's a huge fail. And they were there a whole week, kind of wondering why they didn't rummage or ransack the house for supplies, prior. Maybe they did and he's just giving it a once over. That's possible. But I think they should have showed this name carving stuff. But that's another logical thing too. That, why would Chris be okay with this on a logical sense? If that guy dies in the back of the truck, they're traveling 40 miles an hour with a zombie. Like, how fucking dumb is Chris? Even if he wants to argue with his dad or whatever, how dumb can you be? No, we don't want him flatlining in the back of the truck, because then we gotta fight a zombie in the back of a pickup, and that's not the most stable place to do that bullshit. Real good scene there where Travis confronts them, but it was flat. I mean, at the end of the day, why are you doing this? I'm doing this for you. It was just flat. The music they're using for this is great. The landscape, the atmosphere, the music, hell yeah. A lot better than the hotel, to be honest with you. That's kind of like bleh. Once it was cleared out, now it's like bleh. That can't be it, though. I mean, that can't be it. And if it is it, why the fuck did you show that in the trailer? Wow. I like that scene with Travis. I think that was pretty powerful. Good dialogue. It opened it up. It was a talking scene, but it had me sucked in the entire time. Loved it. Sometimes the reactions, I will tell you this, sometimes the reactions are a little iffy. I don't know. Like Madison, I have to find Alicia. I get where they're going with it, or at least I think I do. Yet at the same time, it feels like there should have been additional dialogue there. Just something. You know what I mean? Like, these characters have been separated. We've been waiting for them to reunite. They hugged. They had a little pull away a number of times. They had this powerful conversation. Or at least Travis opened up powerful. But then she ends it with just, I have to find Alicia. It felt like it needed one more line of dialogue just to perfectly bookend that conversation, you know? I don't know. Okay, she's starting to tell Alicia that there was a note, and that's totally not the vibe I got when her and Strand were talking. I thought that he was a drug addict. You know, and I don't know. I gotta go back and rewatch her and Strand's conversation, but with their conversation, I thought he was a junkie and he just, shot up, passed out, crashed his car, and done, and she just said, oh, he fell asleep. But now she said there's a note, meaning it might be suicide, so now I'm intrigued. You have me curious now. Ooh, did Alicia drop an F-bomb? Yeah, I think she did. Right when she put her heads in her hands, she's like, yeah. Blu-ray release. Okay, this is weird. I accidentally have the captions on. I normally don't watch it with captions. Her mom is saying that Nick is like her father. Then they cut to the back of Madison's head, and there's silence, like as if there's dialogue there. And she doesn't say anything. But the captions read, I should screen grab this. You just couldn't see it. It's on her face. It's the back of her head, and her head moves as if she's talking, but no words are coming out. There's no dialogue. But the closed captions are saying, they shared the same demons. And she looks away as if, like, Madison's character spoke this. I'm wondering if they left out dialogue. It's in the closed captions, And the scene is built like she says it, and then she says, hold my hand. So in the Amazon, that's what I'm watching. I don't know if it was on TV or mess up somehow, but there's closed captions for that. I just thought that was strange. Just want to point that out there. I don't even know why I wasted my time telling you. Or your time listening. Ooh, I like that ending. I like that a lot. Whoa, yeah. I didn't see Chris. I saw who Chris was with. I like that ending. I like this episode. Yes. This and another one recently, probably my favorite all-time Fear the Walking Dead episodes. I love this. And you know what? I can already hear this getting slammed for being drama, melodrama, whatever you want to call it, being a talkie or whatever. And I'm constantly quiet when people say, because I've said it time and time again, Season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, the original, it is hailed as one of the worst. It's slow, it's on the farm, and yada, yada, yada. And I still can rewatch that, drawn in just with the dialogue alone, because they did such a powerful job with just the the decisions, the dialogue, the morality of it, your choices, your consequences, what's happening. Even though there was some shit apparently behind the scenes fucking everything up, which it's put out there as if AMC was willing to sabotage a season of The Walking Dead in order to boot out Frank Darabont. That is the public perception and the fans. For a lot of fans, on some real shit, just to be blunt. Because we're getting word they cut, budget and all this other shit, but we're not talking about that. I just want to say that is usually hailed because of that, for a number of reasons, as one of the worst seasons because nothing happens. They stay on the farm, yada, yada, yada. And I still love that. Love Season 1 and Season 2 a lot. Now, with this Fear the Walking Dead episode, this is essentially parents talking to their children, Travis and his kid, and then Madison and her daughter, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And the review is already up. If you want to watch the review, click this I. It'll drop down. I'll put the review in here. But I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. What did you think of this episode? And do you like these reaction, rant, I don't know what else to call it, type videos? I'm definitely going to probably do this to finish out Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. Let me know down in the comment box what you're feeling for this episode. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.